Much. Now this, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has rejected a reported peace deal involving Ukraine and NATO, with that deal being made by Trump advisors, we are told. Retired Lieutenant Colonel James Carafano joins me now. And Colonel, I don't know the details. I know, not many people do, but it's not an encouraging sign, is it?
Well, look, when the Russians say no to something, the next deal you offer them has to be a lot worse. You have to deal with the Russians from a position of strength. And I got to tell you, the Russians are bluffing. There are huge cracks in Russian power. They are taking enormous casualties on the battlefield, and their economy is not doing well. And they're never going to conquer Ukraine, and they know they're never going to conquer Ukraine. So this tough act from Lavrov, who, by the way, is just a drunken sock puppet anyway, is just a joke.
Okay, we do know that Russia and Ukraine, by the way, swapped 300 prisoners, but Russia continues to try and sabotage Ukraine's critical power lines. So, I mean, they're continuing to grind this thing out. But to your point, I mean, are we at a stalemate, or is Russia starting to make gains?
I think both sides are at strategic exhaustion. Neither one's going to collapse.
Yeah.
But neither one has the resources to really drive a decisive outcome in this conflict. That's the reality for both sides. That's why President Trump's plan to say, look, there needs to be a ceasefire here because this is a no-win situation and innocent people are dying. And you both need to stop because both your countries could collapse. Russia could collapse from within. Ukraine's just going to get bled, but we're going to keep supporting it. Ukraine will never die, but it'll wind up on life support forever. So there are no winners in this conflict, and it needs to stop.
Do you think Russia ends up with some more territory of Ukraine's?
Well, the number one rule for a deal is never give Russians anything at the negotiating table that they didn't win on the battlefield. So if you give them one concession, 1 inch of ground, one good thing out of this that they didn't fight and earn, then you made a bad deal. And there's one thing we know about Trump. Trump likes to make deals. He doesn't like to make bad deals.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. I got to get to this issue very quickly. Retired Lieutenant General Russell Honore warning that Elon Musk's influence in government poses national security risks. In a recent op-ed, the retired general says that Musk's business dealings with China actually poses a threat. I mean, what do you say to that, General?
Russ is an old friend and a great guy, but just because you're retired and a general doesn't mean you have good advice. The reality is lots of people are doing deals with China. It's, are you corrupt? That's the question. Joe Biden was doing deals with China. He was corrupt. There's two things that make me optimistic. One is all of Trump's dealings with Trump have been enormously transparent, which I think is very healthy. That when they agree and disagree on things, they say it in public so we know what they're talking about. The other thing is, in the end, the American people got Donald Trump elected president. He borrowed millions of voters to win that. If he's going to keep them, he has to deliver for the American people, not Elon Musk. So I don't think the Musk-Trump relationship or Musk's role in government is going to be a problem at all, ever.
We'll leave it right there. Lieutenant Colonel James Carafano, great stuff as always.